And EU leaders are meeting in Brussels with Ukraine's membership bid, a big item on the agenda. Live now to Silvia Amaro, who joins us live in Brussels. And Silvia, it seems as if EU leaders certainly like the what. The more challenging aspect of Ukraine's EU membership is the how. What do we know?
Yeah, exactly. This is just the beginning of a very long process then. But for the time being, it's important to bear in mind that enlargement is a very difficult subject for the European Union. And just to give you a quick context, the EU has not seen any new members since 2013. That's when Croatia joined. And since then, there has been this freeze in European membership, mostly because of the economic and political context of the time. But what we're witnessing right now is a change in this feeling. There is more willingness from European leaders to reopen the doors of the EU. And it's in this context that we are indeed expecting the European leaders to say today that they are granting Ukraine candidate status. But as we mentioned before, this is just the first official step towards membership of the EU. There will be a lot of homework for Ukraine to do over the coming years before it becomes a full member of the EU, but it's nonetheless an important political statement. And I have to say that yesterday I managed to catch up with the president of Kosovo. Kosovo is not a member of the EU, but it has aspirations to join the bloc as well. And the president told me that the EU needs to look at enlargement as a way to counter action from the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin.
I think now, in the light of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, there's nothing more complex and more important than fighting autocratic genocidal regimes, such as the Russian regime, because the more space is allowed for Russia to expand its influence in the European continent, the worse it will be for all of us, no matter whether we are within the EU or outside of the Union. So I do understand these concerns, but I think they are all avoidable. We can all work together to find a way through them. But one thing will be inevitable if the European Union tries to always find justifications to delay enlargement, and that is more Russian influence. I think we need to set priorities straight. Let's stop Putin first and his imperialist and hegemonic intentions, and then we can talk about the complexities of the process.
So that was the message from the president of Kosovo. Now, as the leaders gather here in Brussels, then I have to say that indeed this is the main focus for their summit. But of course, let's not forget about the economic context as well. Leaders are very worried about the economic prospects of the EU for the coming months and years. And therefore, this is also going to be a subject of debate here in Brussels. And one of the points within that is, of course, the energy crisis. And let's not forget that we have seen Germany, Netherlands and other members of the EU taking different measures in recent days after those gas flows from Russia have been reduced. And so that will also be a topic of discussion here in Brussels later on today.
Exactly, Silvia. Really appreciate your reporting. Thanks for joining us today. That's Silvia Amaro live in Brussels.